Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming back. We are back on the Range Rover again today, and this time we are replacing the fuel lines. Annoyingly, you can no longer get the original fuel lines ready made up, so we have to make those ourselves, which is a bit of a bonus because I've gone for the copper nickel pipe, which makes it more E10 compliant rather than the old steel pipes. But what we've done so far this morning is disconnected the pipes, left the intake pipe on so I don't get confused between the return and the inlet. So let's get chopped off down here. What we actually do have, which is quite useful, which I found online, a nice repair kit. So that should make our life a lot easier. So what we're going to do now is come over to my little workbench and have a go at remaking this. We're going to be doing fuel pipes in two halves. I know originally it's one continuous pipe front to back, but we are now going to have a join, so you're going to in essence have front 2/3 of the car, then join to the rear half. I know it's not as per factory, but it just makes my life a lot easier because a lot of these pipes are fitted with the body off. So what we have here, if I remember right, is 5/16 copper nickel pipe and a pipe bender. I've never done this, so I'm going to pause it there while I mess about trying figuring out this pipe bender, and you can join me shortly. So then, we're a little bit further along now. We've got the return pipe all fitted in, a little join there, joined to the rest of the fuel pipe, which is good. Annoyingly, I bought the wrong fuel clips that hold it to the chassis. I bought the ones for a Defender, not Range Rover Classic, so I have to order those correct ones. And now we're just in the process of fitting a nice new fuel pump ready, I mean rather fuel filter. There's the old shitty one, which is a nightmare to get off because for some reason bolting to the chassis on the outside was a great place, but there's not a chance in hell we were getting those undone. So what we've got is his kit offline. You got your nice new fuel filter, and rather than having it bonded to the fuel pipe there, it's just standard fuel hose, and then we can use some nice stainless steel hose clamps, which is, in my opinion, a little bit of a better way of doing it because people in the future now will find it a little bit easier to replace these. So yeah, I'm going to get this all fitted, and you can join me shortly. So here we are, we have nice new copper fuel pipe. Ignore that bit there, I'm going to trim that down in a second, it's a bit too long. But nice new copper nickel fuel pipe, brand new filter assembly, and a little join there, which again will probably outlast the life of the car, that hose, because it's Kevlar hose. But everything's all nice accessible from the outside. So let's just give her a start up and make sure all is dry. Yeah, everything seems no leaks. You remember like last time, absolute water to sprinkler. Yeah, happy with that. And that should last a fair old while. So just another little walk around. We've removed the two rear quarter panels because they're off to the paint shop later this week, but it's pretty dire behind here as well, to be honest. However, hopefully salvageable with some rust treatment. I think it's just like bad surface rust really. Any idea what these two inspection panels might be? I've not got a clue what they're for. It just seems a little bit odd, to be honest. Dropped off the bumper as well because, well, the bumper's just fucked as well. It's just a rusty, rotten mess. So that's just going to be going in the scrap bin once I've taken the bumper off and the mounts. And then this side generally isn't too bad. So again, we'll get all this sanded back, all treated, ready for the new rear cross member, because that's coming Saturday. There's a few little bits of repair there, which that's nothing too major really, is it? However, the rear cross member is just going to be fun. It's just all gone. That's well beyond saving. You spend more time trying to patch it and repair it than if you were just to cut the thing off and put a new one on. But if anybody's got any advice for replacing the rear cross member, purely because of lining the boot hinges back up and everything, the last thing we'll do is weld the rear cross member in place, and then the boot doesn't line up as nicely as it does, which is actually quite surprising. So yeah, if you have any comments or advice, drop them in the comments below and it's greatly appreciated. Alright, it's been a busy old day working on the Range Rover, so I'm just going to wrap it up now for the day because I have to go get ready for work. But we've stripped it all back, and it might look a little bit skanky at the moment. That's because we've just rust treated it, which you can see a bit down there. You know, it's all well and great wire brushing it all off and painting it, but you need to neutralise the rust to begin with, which we can see around here, as I have just done there. It's nothing too fancy that I use, just the Hammerite Cure Rust, but it gives it a good base and to start building back up on. Got a fair bit of work to do around here, considering just replacing the whole wing, inner wing, rather than just repairing it. I think this side is a bit too far gone. You know, it's one of those, you gotta weigh up man hours as opposed to just spending 170 quid chopping it out and putting a nice new one in. But that is a job for another day. But all in all, a successful day, to be honest. I'm gonna order some new panels for the Range Rover tonight. We've got the new boot floor already. We've got to set the rear cross member coming Saturday, and I'm going to order the right and left boot edges. So yeah, lots to be getting on with. I think he is going to be a little bit difficult to find, only because everywhere I see online sells these slightly older versions of this panel where the fuel filler is here, not the high top. So I'm going to have a bit of a mooch for that. But I am sure we'll find something. But anyway, again, if you got any advice or comments, just feel free to let me know. And thank you.